Do you remember if you knocked on the door or if you rang the doorbell that day?
I don't remember.
So Mr. Richardson opens the door, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And as soon as Mr. Richardson opens the door, you start shooting him, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did Mr. Richardson try to close the door?
I can't recall now whether he tried to close the door or not, or whether he, you know, I can't recall.
But you kept shooting him, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And Mr. Richardson never said anything to you when you knocked on his front door or rang his doorbell?
No, ma'am.
And it's correct that Mr. Richardson actually tried to run away from you?
He turned and tried to get away. Yes, he did.
And at that point, you followed Mr. Richardson into his own home, is that correct?
I walked into the foyer. I didn't, you know, run him or chase him around or anything. I walked to the end of the foyer that they had in their house. Yes, I did.
So you entered the home and you continued shooting him?
I shot him. Yeah.
Where did Mr. Richardson go?
He went around like to the kitchen and he collapsed on in the dining room area.
And so you saw Mr. Richardson collapse in his dining room floor, and you knew at that point that Mr. Richardson was dead, is that correct?
No, I didn't know that he was dead or not. I just know that he collapsed.
Right. And you knew that you had shot him a number of times at that point.
But at the end of the day, I couldn't tell you how many times I shot him because, I mean, it was like a blur because when I went over there, as soon as I went to, I realized that I was getting up to go over there. It's like I came out of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen myself walking over there. It wasn't like I'm in my body walking over there to go do something to that man. It's like I'm in a third person, so to speak, or you know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but it's like I'm not the one that's doing whatever it is that's going on.
No, but it's fair to say, and you saw your interviews from July of 2018, that when Detective Carter asked you how many times you shot him, you told him that you emptied it, right? You emptied the gun, you shot until you ran out of bullets. It's fair to say that that's what you said in July of 2018, correct?
I didn't empty the gun because he said there were still bullets in the gun. I didn't empty it.
But I'm asking you about what you told Detective Carter in 2018.
I said however many was in there, that's how many I think I gave him, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the statement was.
Okay. So after you kill Mr. Richardson, you leave 6145 Hunter Ridge and then you walk back to your mom's house at 633 Hunter Ridge Circle, correct?
Yes.
You walk that same path across Mr. Tinney's yard. That's when Ms. Dunlap saw you. Do you recall seeing Ms. Dunlap while you were walking away?
Not really. Not
So
really.
you go into your mother's house at that point, and is it correct that you removed the clothing and the sneakers that you had been wearing, you placed them in her bathtub and you put bleach on them?
No, that's not correct. I didn't do that immediately.
Okay. But you did do that at some point?
Oh.
I was just asked to let him finish.
I thought he'd finished. Ask your next question.
I didn't finish.
Okay, go ahead and tell us what you did after you killed
At the end
him.
of the day, I went back in my mom's room, and then we prayed, and she was like, well, what'd you do? I like, Mama, I did.
What did you tell your mom?
I told my mom I wanted to make sure that you were safe. And at the end of the day, that's all I wanted for her. But looking back, being right, having help.
I'm going to stop you right there because that's not responsive to the question that I'm asking.
Your Honor, it most certainly is responsive.
Understand the objection. Ask your next question.
Thank you, Your Honor. So let's get back to the clothing. How did the clothing end up in the bathtub covered in bleach?
After sitting around, just pretty much waiting on the police to come, I started thinking about, man, you're going to jail for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You just committed a crime. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking in my mind, I need to try to cover my tracks. But that's not the thing that I should have went ahead on and told them right then and there about what was going on. You know, but just not wanting to go to jail, you know what I mean? I understand.
So at that point, you were concerned about getting locked up, correct?
Yes, ma'am?
Because you understood that shooting and killing James Richardson was a crime, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. But
And then you
No, let him finish.
Mr. Kendrick, you don't have to raise your voice. I suspend your objection.
Thank you.
Let him finish his response.
Okay,
Ms.
thank you,
Williams.
Your Honor. Go ahead, Mr. Howard.
at the end of the day, nobody wants to feel like they're going to jail. You feel like you're justified, but and in your mind, you start to play back. You know, I'm playing back in my mind, doubting my mind about this and that and the third, about figuring whether or not I did the right thing or not. So at the end of the day, I'm doubting myself, and the longer the time gets here, I'm like, man, I messed up.
So you understood that on July 30th of 2018, killing another human being is a crime. You knew that in July of 2018.
In the essence of what you're saying, yes, ma'am.